Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, July 13th. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. This is QOL pre-market analysis. And those of you that are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. If you go to our website, QOLtrading.com, you can put your name, your email address in here, and you will get on the free subscription for our newsletter that we put out every week. We put out our 17th edition. In the newsletter, I go over the market and review from the previous week. I go over levels, your broader market levels, Tesla, the Mag 7 levels, Bitcoin, any geopolitical news, Tesla news, lots of information here. And then, everything that's about to happen, what's going on for the week ahead of trading. And then down when you get down to the bottom, we talk about our QOL ORB Scalper that I'll talk about in a minute. After on the website too, if you want to know more about learning our strategy, you can click Learn Our Strategy, get a free 15-30-minute consultation call with me, find out where you're at in your trading journey. And if you want to go further with that, we do give you some extra tender loving care. So also, when you're on the website here, if you want to join our Discord community, you click on Live Trading Desk. It will bring you to our sign up. You can click free and join our Discord community for free. And in Discord, it will give you to our Discord channel. Here you get the pre-market and post-market, and I post a link here to bring you to where you are today. I have a levels channel, and if you want me to go over any levels, I'll do that. These are all free channels. I also have some education down here, some educational videos. Where are those educational videos? So I go over some different strategies in there, and I also am open for anything that you want to cover. If you want to upgrade and you like what you see right there, you can get upgrade to our live trading desk that we do from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Just click that. You get a free day trial on that. And then also below that, if you want to get our ORB Scalper indicator, it helps take away a lot of discretionary out of your trading. And then if you want a bundle package where you get the scalper trade, the ORB Scalper, plus our live trading room, of which we do Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time every day. The scalper, here's our scalper. It's on TradingView. It's been working the best on TradingView right now. It's actually fantastic. We're looking at a 1-minute indicator right now. What you see on here is all generated automatically once the market opens. It plots your opening range, your green levels, your high from Friday. Here's your red, their low. And then when you break, it gives you, you may want to take a trade one way or the other. And then it identifies when that direction of the trade could potentially be done. It's measured by ATR along with volume. It'll give you a yellow square telling you to exit that trade. So you can see, like, on Friday, for example, this was a Tesla, by the way, what we're looking at. Tesla broke that opening range. You can look down here on the table too if you don't want to measure up here. It gave you the high of 412.25 and a low of 408.81. It also gives you the medium range. It gives you the total dollar amount of that range. It rates the range quality, and then it gives you the grade of the long or the short. So you could see currently right now it's giving you a short grade. The state right now, there's no active trade, and it's out of session right now. So when the market's live, these figures move. But you can see it gives you a profit target. The first profit target on the downside is a purple line. It hit that profit target once you broke that range at 8:40. So 10 minutes after the market opened, if you're basing your trades off of this, your day could be done. It then came and hit that second profit level at 9:33, so almost an hour after the market was open. But we go over more of that in the live trading room. So come on in, take a sniff around, and see what you think about it. So as far as today right now, let's see if we have any economic data here. I don't see anything on today's sheet that's really going to impact things. For Tuesday, we have some numbers coming out, core CPI month over month, and then what else do we have there? Year over year, of course. You've got Warsh is speaking to at 9 a.m. So you got to put your ears to the TV on that, or wherever you're getting your news from. Let's see, Wednesday, if we have more Wednesday, core PPI month over month, and then some more Fed speak. And then, Warsh is still going to be testifying there. So he's going to be up there for 2 days. He could move the market. Then we move into Thursday, core retail sales, filling manufacturing, retail sales month over month, unemployment claims as well. And then Friday, it looks like it's going to die off a little bit. You got some preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment report, but I don't put too much weight into that right now. I think they became too political for my taste. So, some people differ from that. Anyways, let's get into things again. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. Let's start with oil right now. Oil is elevated. As you all know, the tensions are escalating over the weekend. There's been some exchange of some fighting out there, which I am not surprised. If you ever follow anything in the Middle East, this stuff doesn't get settled overnight. It's been going on for 47 years, people. So why do you think that it's going to get done overnight? Gapping up right now on the oil right now from the close here. 71.51, we don't like that. However, we do have some gap downs from one from June 15th at $84.34 a barrel. And then we have one last one at $96.99 a barrel, a gap down from May 22nd. We are above the 20-day moving average right now. That's not good. We're above the 200 as well. That means we could possibly keep pushing higher in oil while things are escalated there. So let's get into the VIX real quick. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. And don't be afraid to share these videos with anybody. The VIX, which measures the volatility index as far as what's happening in the market. Whenever there's escalation, the market doesn't like uncertainty. So I'm not surprised the VIX is a little elevated this morning. As far as the VIX, we do have some gap downs. One from April 8th at $25.74. It's also sitting below this, what is that level? Yeah, when the Iran war started, it escalated up to $25.24 for the index price. And we do have a gap down at $30.34. That's the last gap down area that we had there. So if we're elevated up there, the markets are probably going to flush. It is now creating a little gap up right now. So I will draw this level later on, but the gap up will be here at $15.06 from the close on Friday. We are below the 20-day moving average at $16.95. And below the 50-day moving average at 1730. So as long as we're below that, maybe things can be contained. Let's get into the ES now. We're going to fly around here today, people. Get going with our week. Where are you? There you go. Levels haven't changed on the ES. Pushed higher a little bit. We got a little bit gap down right now, so you can put that on your chart. 76.24.94. If you get above that gap down there, you can push into the all-time high 76.93.75. On the downside here, got to hold this low from July 7th, sitting at 75.29. It is sitting above the 20, so maybe a pullback long if the markets pull back to the 20 or the 50. The 20 is going to be sitting at 75.32.03 today, and the 50 is going to be sitting at 75.10.45. If you lose those levels, we got a 74.80 level, which is a July 2nd low. But we could also be sitting here in a little consolidation period as well, though. So as long as you're over the moving averages here, what you're looking for on your buys, you're looking for pullback longs today, right? Or you can have a pop and fade. But overall, I think it's been pretty strong. If you get above 76.28.75, I think you can move into the all-time highs at 76.93.75. Let's get into the SPY. And the SPY, same levels right now. I think it's kind of consolidating here between 757.70 and the 750.25 level. If you lose 750.25 level, I think you come down to 745.21 support. It's kind of identical from the ES, right? Same levels here. You can see right here, this is actually a high from June 22nd. Pretty decent level. If you hold this level, I think you could push into the 757.70 and then get into the all-time highs at 760.40. If you lose 750.25, I think you flush down to 745.21. And below that, you've got a high from May 15th at 743.46, which would be a pretty good long there too as well. So, but you can see we're stair-stepping higher, people. So it's pushing higher, even though there is some volatility in the market this morning. Just watch your levels, trade your levels. Nasdaq right now. Nasdaq, I was saying it was a little sloppy last week. I still think it is. You could see it's just not really giving you that same push that the ES was giving you. You do have a lot more technology stocks and that represent the Nasdaq. That's why it's, I think, in my eyes, a little soft. And you can see right now we are below the, what is that? Is that the 200? That is, or is it the 20? Yeah, that's 20. So we're below the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average is sitting at 29,758.76, and you've got the 20. It's 30,000. I'll call it 30,000 even. It's actually $30,003. Downside here, got to hold this 29,507.67. If you lose that, I think you continue to flush to 29,313.27 before you get some support there. And below that, we have a 29,181.50. On the upside here, you could possibly be in consolidation. If you get above the 50, you could get some, probably get some headwinds up here at the 29,999.13, call it 30,000 even. If you can get above the close from Friday, 30,069, I think you could push up into 30,545. I really don't have any much resistance up there, right? So take a snapshot, put these charts on your, put these levels on your charts, and we are moving along. Let's move to the Qs now. Qs are going to be the same thing. Respecting this 20-day moving average, 722.57 in pre-market right now. You see that big wick. However, look down here. This is where your money's made, not big volume, so you got to pay attention to that. Same thing, we're kind of stuck in between the 50-day moving average at 715.30 and the 20 at 722.57. If you break one or the other, I think you could push higher. If you break this 725.51 to the 731.92 level, and then if you get above that 731.92 level, then I think you could start making your way into the all-time highs at 748.67, but you probably would have to get through the 737.94 level here. This is a high from, call it, we'll get it right in there. This is a high from June 30th, right? So the couple levels to get through in order for you to get past and moving towards the all-time highs. If you lose the 50-day moving average, 711.10 or between 707.56 and 711.10, I've got some support. And then, of course, you've got this filled point of control at 723. And then below that, if you lose that, you've got June lows at 686.37. And if you did flush that, then we're going to start flushing down now, right? Then we'll probably move back down here to this 100-day moving average at 661. Okay, let's get into the Mag 7 here and keep moving along. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button like this video. NVIDIA, we're starting with NVIDIA right now. We said on NVIDIA on Friday, if you get above this 204.13, you could push into this 208.76. You got above that, and you pushed nicely in there. Now you're caught between the close on Friday at 210.96 and this low 208.76, of which I like that level right there. I think today, if you lose 205.91, you're going to give back this entire move from Friday and come down to this 204.13. And then if you lose 204.13, you come down to the 20-day moving average at 201.95. And that 263 level. I do like this regressional trend line that I have here. We broke through it. It's the upper end regressional trend line that I have from May 14th of this year. On the upside, that closed from Friday, 210.96. If you can get above that, you can push into these highs, 213.99 before you can go into that 219.09 level. So these levels right here, you got some decent defense down here, but you got to watch these levels. So if it does flush hard, then we come down here, and then you got that 100-day moving average at 197.91. Let's keep moving along here. Let's talk Apple. Apple's the strongest one that's been on the books these days. You can see the high at 317.40, sitting right up here. Tried to push there on Friday, couldn't get there. Could be consolidating right now. Very important to hold the lows here from Friday at 312.19. I think if you lose those lows, there's a good possibility you flush back into this 305 level. And this also upper regressional trend line that I have here from October 10th of 2025. If you do break higher and you get through the all-time highs, 317.40, I don't have anything until we get to about 334.98 on the upside there. But you can see we're well above these moving averages. The market tends to gravitate back to the averages and get your support. So you can see that here I've got a Fibonacci level of 76.4% retracement. That it's in lines with the 20-day and the 50-day moving average. So if the market did pull back 298.10, there's a real nice level to get long there, I guess, on Apple, which I would like. Meta right now, same thing on Meta. Meta is pretty moving up pretty strong right now. You do have this 200-day, it popped through the 200-day moving average Friday morning pre-market. 642.72 would be a decent level for pullback longs right there. If you lose that, I've got this regressional trend line sitting here from October 29th of 2025. On the upside, you have a lower end regressional trend line that I have here dating all the way back from November 15th of 2022. If you pop in there, I would not be surprised if you get some headwinds at 694.35. Above that, if you can get through there, 709.13 is the level that I would have for some support. Important to hold the 200-day moving average, 642.72. If you lose that, you're going to have this point of control level here. It's 628.67, and hopefully you don't lose that. And if you do lose that, then you come back down here to this 100-day moving average sitting at 615.75. Okay, let's get into Google. Google's a little soft right now. Very important. Got to hold this June 24th high, and that is we are sitting right at it right now. Call it 352.86. If you lose that, you flush down to this June 30th low, 648.10, and below that, 344.12 is a June 26th high. Also, it's also sitting above the 100-day moving average at 340. On the upside, if you get to this 356.61, between 355.82, which is 20-day moving average, and this 356.61, you probably get some headwinds there. So you got to get above this 20-day moving average at 355.82 in order to move higher. But you probably get some resistance here at 356.61. If you can get above that, 360.99 would be my next level on the upside there for Google. Let's get into Amazon. Amazon's got some sellers up here I've been looking at right now. So you can see right here, when we popped up here on June 29th, big selling came in there, real hardcore selling. And then same thing on Friday, got to this 248.93, and the big sellers took over. So I would say this is a pretty big level up here for Amazon. In order for Amazon to move higher, you got to be above that 248.93 level. On the downside here, you got the close here from Friday, 245.33. If you pop up here, you could get some more flush down into this 242.70 level, which is a July 7th low. Below that, you have the 20-day moving average, 240.20, which may not be a bad area if the market pull back for a long there. And then below that, 237.56 is the 100-day moving average for a long there as well. However, if you lose all these moving averages, then I think you're going to continue to flush down to this 233.80 and also the 200-day moving average at 233.40. But look at these wicks right here, big selling, right? So you got to respect that, people. So there's a lot of sellers up there at that level there, 248.93. Watch that level. Last but not least, Microsoft trying to make a little bit of a comeback. We did get above this regressional trend line here, the upper end of the regressional trend line from June 31st of 2025. Pretty good level. If you pull back 384, I don't mind a 384.46 long here, or a 381.91 long here. So it's got to hold that. But you see on Friday, we had some big sellers up here. I'm gonna mark it like right in here. Got to get above 389.45, and then possibly you could push, and this will become a little speed zone up here, and then you could push back up into this 20-day moving average at 399.16, where I would definitely anticipate a little resistance up there because it's an even number, psychological number 400, and it's also I believe that's a May low of 432. So that would be a break and retest. Market breaks that level, comes back up, tests it, and then maybe on the downside. If we lose this regressional trend line or this 381.90 level, I think you flush down to 374.39, and then losing that 366.84. And then unfortunately, if you lose that 366.84, you come back down to this 350 level that we had on the charts for quite some time. Okay, that's it for the Nasdaq. Let's do SpaceX, and then we'll go into Tesla, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do for today. So SpaceX, I talked about this level, 145.20, lost that level. And so our next level of support here is the opening low at 135 from the IPO opening. If you can regain 145.20, you could push into the IPO open at 150. You could get some speed zone right here with this big selling that came in here, but that was some big volume that came in there right now. So you have to watch that. It also created a point of control here level, and so we're going to mark that. Give yourself a point of control from Friday, I believe it was 710. Point of control, for those of you that are new, this is a level where the market trades the majority of the time. It's an automatic script that I have on my charts here, and it plots it for me, so it tells you where the heaviest volume is traded at a certain price, and it averages it out. 148.04. If you get above 145.20, you could get into that 148.04. I am not trading SpaceX options yet. They're still not established. It's still pretty loose for me. But downside here right now, you can see we're getting sell off. 135 would be a level that if the market pulled back to, I would look to get some longs there. Below that, I do not have any levels. It's the only thing that we have in our data sheets right now. And you could see right now, it's basically consolidating. You could just see here, the big consolidation pattern right now, holding pattern. till the lockup is done. Okay, Tesla, let's get into Tesla, then we'll get into what we're going to do for today. Tesla right now, tried to get a nice little push on Friday. It was very, very choppy. Got to hold above this 403.51 level. It's looking like it's holding it right now. It's a June 30th low. If you hold this level, I like this line in the sand for today. If you hold this, I do not mind the longs there. We are above the 20-day moving average at 480 and change, and as well above the 100-day moving average at 397.34. Our 200 is way up here at 418.09, but those of you that trade Tesla know that Tesla can grab $15, $20 in probably in a half an hour. So watch your level here. So we do have this level here, this close. Not sure if it created a point of control. Actually, it did. So we have a point of control level open now from Friday. So you got to watch this level in here. The market pulls up. It's sitting at 408.85. It's also just above the close. So if you do pop into the close on Friday, be careful. Make sure that you're not going to get a little pop and fade here, right? Market pushes up to the close. It likes to gravitate to those levels. And then some people base their strategies off of the close and they take their trade on the downside. We have this point of control, 408.85. If you get above that 408.85, I think you can move into this 412, which is a pre-market low from July 7th. I actually had this up on the charts on Friday. So if you did pop up in there and you took that short there, it's a beautiful trade, right? If you get above that, again, this level that we've had on the charts for a long, long time, 414.50, November 2021 high, all-time high, right? That level has been a big level to get through. So if you do get through that, and you can get through this upper end regressional trend line, which is the all-time highs from from December of last year. That's where I plotted this regressional trend line. If you get above that, then you can move into this 200 again at 418.40, and then this 420.36 level though. But that 420.36 level, that's going to give you some resistance. You can see we popped up into this. This is where the level is, and then we sold right off it. So same thing like what we're showing with Amazon. That could be a level that it's a must to get through. However, if you can get through this 420.36 level, there's a nice speed zone right in here. That this level right here, 420.36, this becomes a speed zone, and you can quickly pop up into this regressional trend, to this high from May 8th, 431.20, as well as this Fibonacci level I have at 432.52. On the downside for today, let's get over here. On the downside, gotta hold the 20-day. If you lose the 20-day at 486, you're coming down to the 100-day moving average at 397.34 for your next line of defense. And then if you lose that, we have an all-time high, or not an all-time high, a weekly high at 396.23 on the downside for some support. So it could be a break and retest of that level as well. But you can see it's, be careful right now because it's starting to make some, it may make a lower high, and it's definitely on a lower low right now, right? So you got to watch those levels there. As far as what we're going to do for today for our options boards, I'm going to start off today. I'm not going to trade today's expiration date. I'm going to trade Wednesday's expiration date. I'm going to have the 410 calls up here. You can see they close at $6.60. However, we are below the close from Friday, so these premium prices will open up lower. And then I'm going to start with the 400 puts, and these are going to expire on Wednesday too. So I'm buying some time here on the theta, the time on the premium, so they're not going to be so volatile. And we're going to see how that works right now. I have been trading 0 days till expiration on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But I'm going to, instead of starting off the week that way, I'm going to give myself a little time and let things settle down instead of clicking the mouse button real quick. So for those of you that are new, when you have a premium price, whatever your premium price is, so let's say it's a one lot here and it's a $6.60 premium. And if I want to get into this trade, and I have my calls up on the top, I have my puts down on the bottom. And by the way, we go over all of this in the trade room from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So if you want to know more about that, you just pop in there. Go down in the description and join our Discord community. So, but anyways, I have my calls on the top, my puts down on the bottom. If I think the market is going up, I will execute a buy on a call here. And if I bought a one lot, my risk would be $660. And as the price moves up, the premium price moves up. And I'll typically trade, and I don't want to get too advanced on it, but I'll trade a delta of a 50 cents or more, which means that for every dollar that the premium price, that the equity price moves, this premium price will move 50 cents. So for example, if Tesla went from 404 to 405 and I bought a one lot here, this 660 would move up 50 cents. So a 1 lot, I would make $50. 2 lots, I would make $100. A 3 lot, I'd make $150, etc. Same thing on the downside here. My puts are on the downside. If I think the market's going down, I'll execute a put. You could see these puts, these 400 puts that expire on Wednesday, closed at $4.40, which means if I bought a 1 lot, my exposure would be $440, which means you can't lose any more than what you buy here, right? So the trade strategy I try to teach is a beginner's trade strategy, of which you can, you could do a lot more advanced stuff off it, but it's pretty much, I'm not selling calls and I'm not selling puts, which means that your exposure is endless, right? So I know what my exposure is when I'm getting in these trades. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. I hope to see everybody in the trade room. If not, join our Discord community so you can get updated on future videos. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Don't be afraid to share this video with people. The channel has been growing organically, no advertising, all based on the videos that I put out. I enjoy helping people. It actually helps my trading as well. So if there's anything that you want me to cover, feel free to leave a comment down below. Something that you want me to cover as far as levels, I'll be glad to do that. I could also do that in our Discord channel and our levels channel for free. However, I will not cover any penny stocks, so make sure that anything you ask me to do is something that stock or equity that is making money. I'm typically all the Mag 7s are what I'm charting and looking at right now. And I've just recently added SpaceX right now because that seems to be the flavor of the month. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. Hope everybody has a great day, and I will see everybody in the